Welcome back, everybody. We are here at Final Fantasy XIV once again. And it's been a while. Not so much for me, but I've been waiting patiently for the start of Endwalker, and it's finally here. It's the early morning of December 7th. 1 AM for me, and I was able to get into the queue with only having to wait for 1,000 people, which I think was pretty good. And we're going to be starting on it today. The last thing I did was the Eden raids, which I think are going up the channel fairly... this will probably be going up like a couple days after the last one of those goes up, I'm assuming. In any case, we've done everything I wanted to so far with the other expansions. And we're going to go ahead and start on Endwalker. I'm very excited because this is the first time that I can actually say that I'm starting an expansion with everybody else, because I didn't start this game until Stormblood was already out, and I was playing catch-up this entire time until then, so pretty excited. So let's go ahead and talk to Alpha Node. Oh, we got a weapon coffer, nice. Nard, do you have some time to talk? I'd like to gather everyone in Dawn's respite and together assess the situation in which we find ourselves. Let's take stock of the facts, shall we? The crisis at hand began with the sudden appearance of ominous towers in a multitude of locations throughout the world. We have since learned that said structures were brought into being by an organization known as the Telephori. The Telephori's stated purpose is to recreate the final days of Aeon's past in a apocalyptic event that would result in the destruction of all we hold dear. Already have these towers of theirs been the cause of untold suffering. Countless innocents kidnapped into prison, their faith perverted for primal summonings. Unless we find a way to deal with the corruptive aura surrounding the spires, we can't even get close enough to rescue anyone. Those shielded with the blessing of light seem to be able to resist being tempered, at least. But after what happened to Arnvald and Fordolia, we'll need to be very, very careful about how we proceed. Yet while these threats close to home are of paramount concern, we mustn't lose sight of the situation in Garlemald. As you know, the Telephori are under the leadership of Van Daniel and one other delightful fellow, Xenovia Gallus, the Crown Prince and our dear friend. Today he reclaimed his old body, murdered Emperor Varus, and plunged Garlemald into an even deeper pit of chaos. The capital has probably seen the worst of it. For a good while there, it saw the bloodiest fighting in the War of Secession, but that has since changed in troubling ways. Aye, during our reconnaissance, the air was not once rent by the barking of cannons or the cries of discord. 'Twas an eerie fog of silence which did blanket that ruined city. The inhabitants appeared to have been tempered. With nary a word spoken did they labor to transform the palace into a soaring edifice born of nightmares. If they were indeed made thralls, it seems safe to assume that these events, too, were orchestrated by the Telephori. An army of primals is awful enough, but in light of recent developments, I fear it's only the prelude to an even greater catastrophe. We need to devise a means to counter this threat, and quickly, before our allies are overwhelmed. We'll find a way into Charlian, I am sure of it. Master Fortunat's comments regarding the final days are curious to say the least. The Forum knows more than it's letting on. Sorry to interrupt. We just received word from Mistress Krail. She says that arrangements for your visit has been finalized. You're to head to Limsa Limosa and board the next ship bound for Charlian. And on arrival, present yourselves as associates of the students of Baldesion. Come to assist with the Order's restoration. The arrangements may be settled, but what are your thoughts? They must race at the prospect of returning home after so long. I'm eager to see it, of course. Ahem, we should set off at once. Then I'll accompany you to the dock, so you need at least one person there to wave and cry and wish you a safe journey. Yeah, it's our new quest accepted jingle. I always tend to forget those change with every expansion. Yeah, let's go ahead and hop out. From what I saw, Mordona is actually Mordona is practically empty. It's the first time I've ever actually seen it this empty. Which means that once we get into the new areas, I'm pretty sure we're just going to be wathed with people. I'm sure. And the only bad thing about this expansion, being caught up, is the fact that I start at level 80 like everybody else. Usually when I started expansion, I'd be like at 4 levels in already. And so I'm actually going to have to do the side questing at some point, I'm sure. Which is kind of like meh. Because I'd rather get through the story more, but you know. But yeah, it's very empty out here at the moment. Which I can only assume all the end game hubs for the places are also empty, besides the new ones, I'm sure. In any case, let's go ahead and head to Limsa Limosa and get it away here. Lower decks, I'm assuming. We also have 2 things going on here. Apparently there's more experience gained from crafting, I guess, and there's also lower rates for teleportation at the moment to go to places. But yeah, but just from the trailers and stuff like that, I haven't seen anything spoiler-wise with this. But just from the trailers and all that, we're going to Charlian, Garlemald, I guess, and also I think it was Rad's at Hand, I think it was, or something like that. And also the moon. We're also apparently going to the moon at some point. I'm sure that's probably going to be like the end game spot, the moon. But beyond that, I know nothing about this expansion, so... I did get my nice little Eden miner there, our new pet. Actually, I should have I wonder if there's a mailbox anywhere nearby, because I should actually have a thing here somewhere, now that I think about it. I honestly should have checked. Where is the nearest mailbox? Because... there's actually a question I'm wondering now. Well, there's a mender here. I probably should mend my stuff before I go to just repair all that. I don't know if my stuff's actually going to be... What is my eye level now? Okay, it's still 503. We lost the belts. The belts have now been lost, unfortunately. But I guess that was just going to be how it was going to be. But yeah, I'm kind of wondering if there was a... Because I should have my minion from the pre-order already, I'm pretty sure, don't I? Got Wind Up X stuff. Huh. I guess I must have not gotten it from... I haven't been to a mailbox in like forever, so that's probably the reason why I'm not seeing it anywhere. Oh boy, there's definitely people here though. Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate because I'm not seeing one around. I would assume they would show up here somewhere on the map. I'm not seeing any, so I guess maybe we can... I'm sure there's probably going to be a mailbox in Charlian. So we'll find our stuff there, I'm assuming. There's a lot of people that show up all of a sudden, though. Yeah, not seeing anybody around. Or mailbox, anyways. So let's go ahead and just continue. Our ether compass has gone missing. Not sure what's up with that, but... yep, there's definitely people hanging around here. Everyone's here, which is good because I've already paid for your passage and the fee is non-refundable. The ship for Charlian should be pulling into port soon, so please follow me and have all your luggage close at hand. We haven't had a trip like this since about the midpoint of Stormblood. It's kind of neat. I doubt they give us a dungeon this early going on sale, though.
They've almost finished loading our cargo. We should be ready to depart right on schedule, or so I'm told.
Excellent. 'Tis nice to have a smooth beginning to one's journey, at the very least.
It's funny. Master Louis Soir came here on a ship very much like this one. And now, years later, the street urchin he befriended that day is bound for his mentor's homeland. With his mentor's grandchildren, no less.
Aye. 'Tis upon reflection that every twist of time's river and fate's whims are brought into sharp relief. Thou hast matured much in the intervening years. Wert thou not caught attempting to relieve Master Louis Soir of his purse scant moments after he made landfall upon this dock?
Oh, really? Now that's a tale I'd like to hear.
Will this be your first visit to Charlian, Sir Estinian? Sir Estinian?
Are we strangers newly met? Why this stiff formality?
I, merely meant it as a professional courtesy, since we are now colleagues in an official sense.
I'd rather you dispense with the sirs, especially in private company. Or I'll be forced to respond in kind, little Lord Alphino.
You've made your point, Estinian. Painfully well.
Better.
Are you all right, Tataru? You seem positively distraught.
Distraught? Me? Don't be silly. I think it's lovely that they get to see their homeland. It's just... we're trying to thwart the schemes of an army hell-bent on destroying the world. And, once again, I have to stay behind and worry that this is the last time I'll get to see my friends.
I'll bring them back safe and sound, I promise. Hope we don't eat those words.
I'll hold you to that.
Ah, good. You're still here.
Hori! Kultine! What brings you all this way?
We're to assist the Maelstrom and the Kobolds with a lunar primal operation, so we thought we'd see you off before heading to the tower. Flamine and the others wish you all a safe journey, and promise that they'll look after things here until you return. We will too, of course. Aye, we your fellow Scions of the Seventh Dawn will do our part to ensure the end of the world won't happen on our watch.
We set the sail! All aboard for Charlian!
It's time.
Then we must delay no longer. We will contact you the moment we learn aught of value. Wish us luck.
Have a safe journey, and please, please, be careful.
And so you venture forth unto the unknown. A fate beyond the horizon that cannot be divined. A future undefined and in flux. In uncertain times, naught but the simplest words of wisdom will suffice. That which lives is destined to die. Love leads to loss. Every beginning has an end. Treasure every moment, every step of your descent. And there, in the depths where souls and stars rest, find your truth.
Alright, here we go. I guess Emmett's our narrator for this expansion. I bet there's a lot of people here.
Here. Feel. Think.
The day has barely dawned, my fellow earlier riser. Though we're hardly alone in that. Envious of those still sleeping soundly, no doubt. Called out to you, you say? I've heard nothing myself. In any case, I dare say the sea air will do you good. Why not join the others on deck? Charlian should be coming into view at any moment.
My voice yet reaches you. I am glad. Hear, feel, think. And thus do we meet face to face at last. My warrior of light, guided by the crystal.
Why now, Heidelin?
After your sojourn in the First, I believe you have your answer. You have gained an understanding of what I truly am, what Heidelin has always been, a primal. Zodiac was created to forestall the apocalypse which threatened the ancient world, and I was brought forth to bind him. Yet 7 times now, those who would orchestrate a return to that bygone era have rejoined a shard to the god I had sundered. The greater his strength grows, the swifter does mine own diminish. The power to draw your mind into the rift betwixt is no longer mine to wield. Yet though it taxes me sorely, I dare not leave these words unsaid. Even bereft of my guidance, you and your companions have accepted the burden of this star's troubled past. A conjunction has begun to form, an intertwining of your time and mine. Wheels shudder and turn. Conflict looms, monumental, which will decide the fate of this world and all life upon it. When you truly understand what is at stake, and your journey has prepared you to surmount the insurmountable, then shall I honor the promise made in another time, another age.
Cast your peepers to the fore, folks. Charlian's just over yonder.
I will not keep you further. Your traveler's heart must yearn to behold this unfamiliar land. We shall meet again, and soon.
Well, at least she was being upfront about it.
Oh, what a fine morning. Oh, still a bit stiff though.
And a good morning to you too. Taking a look at the island already?
Then let's go. Let's go! Might still be room in the prow if we're lucky.
Ah, the sleepers have arisen. There she is. Good old Charlian.
Oh, I see it.
Home. Home at last. Well, maybe not in Father's eyes, but we'll manage on our own, if we must.
You do know you're not alone in this, don't you?
Indeed. 'Tis as Sir Estinian said. Forget not the comrades who boarded this ship at your side, I prithee.
Thank you, my friends. We are ever grateful for your steadfast support.
Upon arrival, we will be disembarking into the heart of Charlian proper. There is no greater concentration of wisdom in all the world. I am confident that somewhere within that center of knowledge and learning, we will find the answers we seek.
Alright, Charlian it is.
Charlian, the solitary island nation of the northern seas. Where under the watchful gaze of Thaliak, patron deity of scholars, academics hoard all manner of knowledge and secrets. Once, they deigned to accept foreign students into a distant colony maintained in the Dravanian hinterlands. How swiftly they abandoned it once the first Garlean boot set hostile foot on Alamegan soil. So averse to the prosecution of war, these men of wisdom, your would-be allies.
I thought they'd never let us off the ship. What's next then? Entry applications?
Hopefully they find no cause to deny us.
Hasn't Charlian all but severed relations with foreign powers? Those of us without direct ties, myself included, may be refused outright.
'Tis true that, as a nation, Charlian only forms trade agreements with a select few neutral countries. But from a practical standpoint, an island cannot afford to be overly strict with its borders. Especially not if that island's people are wholly devoted to the accumulation of knowledge. If one submits the proper paperwork, with satisfactory evidence of identity and intent, then foreigners may be granted entry.
May.
Quite. So let us be absolutely clear on these points before we proceed. The immigration officer will ask for your affiliation and your purpose of visit. Considering Charlian's views on intervention, I strongly suggest we avoid any mention of the Scions. Kral has laid the groundwork for us to act as associates of the students of Baldessian, and our ostensible reason for being here is to aid in their order's restoration. Grahatir, it might expedite our progress should an actual student be seen at the head of our little group. Would you mind leading the way?
Of course. The immigration officers were this way, as I recall. Shall we? Greetings. We've just arrived and are eager to make our way into the city. Would you be so kind as to process our entry applications?
Certainly. I see by your mark you are an Archon.
I am. Grahatir of the Students of Baldessian at your service. I was assigned to an Eorzean survey team, but have returned to assist with the reformation of my order. My associates here will provide additional support.
Very good. I have paperwork detailing your group and its scheduled arrival for today. And it seems some few of your companions are also Archons. If you'll step forward, we can process those applications first.
Ishtola rule.
See how it glows? That list is etherically linked with the citizen registry kept in the main repository.
I've confirmed your status as Archons and amended your travel records accordingly. Welcome home. Now, who do we have here?
Alphino Leveilleur.
And Alize Leveilleur.
Your applications have also been approved. Having said that, the streets are abuzz with talk of how House Leveilleur's lord disowned his young progeny. And while such personal circumstances constitute no reason to deny you entry, I urge you to avoid exacerbating your present situation. Times are quite troubled enough already.
We shall keep that in mind.
These last two are not Sharlayan natives, but you will find their credentials are in order. An application was made in advance.
Name and occupation?
Narn scorched us. Venture by trade.
An adventurer. Well, I suppose that is considered a valid calling in your native Eorzea. And it does indeed match the profile provided. You may enter. And you, sir?
Estinian Valino, formerly of the Order of the Knights Dragoon in Ishgard.
Formally, at least. And what, pray tell, is your profession now?
If you'll allow me... My associate is a mercenary, hired for his strength at arms. Surely you are aware of the dangers we often face on our forays into the wilderness.
Mistress Baldessian, if you insist on sponsoring his entry, then so be it. But while I appreciate that desperate times call for desperate measures, I find your choice of company concerning. Be advised that even a single misstep may have severe repercussions for your organization.
I have every confidence in my chosen company, dear and trusted comrades that they are. But I thank you for your concern.
Croyle! It is good to see you.
Likewise. Long voyage notwithstanding, you all seem none the worse for wear. There is much to discuss, but this is hardly the place. Let's be on our way, shall we? Oh! Welcome, friends, to Sharlayan.
As your mercenary, I should hope my welcome includes a generous salary.
Well, I had to say something, Sir Taciturn.
Alright, we've made it. Oh, there is a delivery Moogle around. Okay. Just gotta wait for, go ahead and grab this Aetherite shard here while we're here. Let's see. Oh, I don't have any new letters. Huh. Okay. Do I not have that other minion then? Let me see. It makes me wonder. Oh yeah, I do have the Pollen, okay. So I must have gotten it at some point. I guess I don't actually get the other stuff until the official release, which actually should be later today. Well, I spied your ship coming into port. The officers are born bureaucrats and sticklers for detail. In any case, you may relax and take a moment to get your land legs back. Got a weapon coffer. Let me go ahead and take a look at this. Or, horse chestnut weapon. Idurium. Let's see if that's any good for us. I don't know, because in the past I'd be able to just, Oh, yep, that's, I think pretty decent, huh? Actually, no, my current stuff's actually better, okay. But I should be able to get, better stuff from the armor set right from the get-go, so that'll be decent at least. I thought to launch directly to an explanation of what I've learned and how we might proceed. This is Narn and Stinian's first time in Sharlayan, and for the rest of you, a homecoming that was long overdue. You must have places you wish to visit and people you're dying to see, therefore I propose we postpone our agenda so you may have sufficient time to recover from your journey and get your bearings in the city. Once you're settled in, we can reconvene at the Baldessian Annex. How does that sound? It's a fine suggestion. We may not be welcome at the Liviniora estate as such, but I'd like to nose around the neighborhood all the same. I'm equally untethered, as it were. There are no particular place that I can call home. Still, I would not pass up the opportunity to reacquaint myself with the city. Likewise, a quick tour of our old haunts might even yield some useful gossip. The annex was west of the Aetherite Plaza, wasn't it? I shall join you there, anon. Yes, we'll see you there. I too have places I would be remiss in not visiting forthwith. By thy leave. What of you, Stinian? My services as a guide are yours for the tasking. That won't be necessary. Until we reconvene, I prefer to wander as the wind takes me. But, oh, I could... oh. Well, Raha, would you like to join us then? You've been gone quite a while, and this would be a perfect way to refresh those dusty old memories of yours. Oh, of course, if you'll have me. Come, Narn, Charlian awaits. I like how the seas were like perfectly over my eyes there. But I think this is probably a good stopping point for this video in any case. I'm probably going to be picking right back up after I end this one, but we're already 40 minutes over, so it'd be a good spot to stop here now that we're at Charlian, so I'll see you guys in the next video.